But now it's goodbye to Bonnie Blue, blacklisted from Bali.
Hey Bonnie, what? Okay.
Hi boys.
Hi. What?
She's like literally getting out of jail and she sees the camera crews and she goes, "Hi boy." Like she's just so committed to the bit. We got more insanity to discuss because it's a day that ends in Y, and we have to check in with our girl, our fave, our problematic fave, Bonnie Blue, the once of OnlyFans, but she's just a pornography star who does all these outrageous stunts, goes all around the world. She's intentionally as inflammatory as possible for her media coverage, just drives more subscriptions, and she's done all these challenges like having 100 men in a day or 1,000 men in a day. I don't know. Not exactly my area of interest. Can't say that I tune into her spicy content. And those of you that do, it's a little bit of side eye to you. But anyway, we talked about her last week because she went to Bali, where pornography is illegal, with a camera crew and recording equipment, promising to get together with schoolies, barely legal boys there vacationing. It's all so degenerate. It's also just so peak 2025 and ridiculous. And then she got arrested. And we were talking about the fact that if she'd been found guilty of some of those charges, she could have been seriously punished or even imprisoned for years. But it looks, according to the recent reporting, like she basically got away with it, paying a tiny fine and getting sent out of the country. We're going to watch some reporting from Channel 9 News in Australia. Let's watch.
It's finally over. Adult content creator Bonnie Blue is tonight being deported from Bali, a court finding her guilty of a traffic offence. It brings to an end an 8-day saga involving more than a dozen Australians.
A smile and a wave hello.
How are you? Hello Bonnie, what are you feeling?
But now it's goodbye to Bonnie Blue, blacklisted from Bali.
Hey Bonnie, what? Okay.
Hi boys.
Hi. What?
Oh my gosh. There's something about her audacity that you can't help but like a little bit. Like, obviously she's so damaged and broken and destructive a person in so many ways. But when she's like literally getting out of jail and she sees the camera crews and she goes, "Hi boy." Like she's just so committed to the bit. It really is impressive. Not in a morally good way at all, to be clear. But it's like, it is impressive how committed to the bit she is.
The adult content creator, no stranger to the cameras, looking unfazed as she arrived at Denpasar District Court. Her accomplice, Queensland-based comedian Julian Woods.
What is the charge? A succulent Chinese meal?
But the time for joking was over. The conclusion swift. The court today finding Bonnie Blue guilty of a traffic violation, convicted of improperly using her ute. Seen here on social media.
I had no idea what that word means, ute. Aussies in the chat will have to let me know what on earth y'all are babbling about with that, but apparently it means her truck, which she does, of course, call the Bang Bus and brought with her to Indonesia, because of course she did.
On social media, cruising the streets, picking up young men. The fine, a measly 19 Aussie dollars. But that was hardly the point.
Guys, think about that for a second. After all this, she got fined $19. Wow. Talk about a slap on the wrist. Not exactly deterring future people from coming and trolling their country's morality laws, are they? I don't know, man.
Deported and given a 10-year ban. This, the final act of a sordid story. It all started just over a week ago. Police raiding a studio, detaining Bonnie Blue and 14 Australians.
It's interesting how the men filmed with her always cover their faces with their shirts, or with masks or something. It's almost like they know they're doing something shameful and don't want it to be identified or linked with their face or name, in which case, why are you doing it? Maybe don't do it. I don't know. I don't do things that I don't go out in the world and do things that I feel so embarrassed about that I have to cover my face. And if you do, you probably should seek help for that. Like, what?
Also impounding the infamous ute. The investigation focused on an alleged breach of the country's decency laws. No evidence was found she or anyone else was making pornography, but Balinese authorities wanted her out anyway.
I find this surprising. So they're saying the reason that her sentence was so light and she just got hit with this tiny slap on the wrist and the fine was because there was no evidence she was making pornography. I mean, are we really supposed to believe that? I guess they would have looked for evidence and maybe there was none, but maybe they just covered their tracks or they hadn't done it yet. But they brought recording equipment. She went there to go meet the schoolies, and that's the main thing she does. So I don't know. I find that hard to believe, though. I mean, I accept that that is true. If that's what the court ruled, they would have looked into this, but it seems odd that that would be the case. And regardless, she's definitely gotten off light here. I'm amazed it's only a 10-year ban, by the way. How is she not banned from life from this Muslim country with morality laws?
Anyway, they threw the book at her. Days of questioning garnering global attention. Eventually, it was decided that by filming other content, the adult star had breached her tourist visa.
Are you ready to go back to your country?
Tonight, the circus is finally rolling out of town. Bali saying bye-bye to Bonnie Blue. Matt Cannellan, 9 News.
One thing I do love about Bonnie Blue and these other OF trolls is them forcing newscasters to read the most outrageous and salacious stories deadpan. Like, how did this dude not laugh at any point? I would have cracked up. I would have been gagged by this. Bonnie. Anyway, I find the whole story ridiculous and insane that she just totally seems to have gotten away with it and not even be banned, because until these rage baiters, and they are good at it, it does work, but until they actually face consequences legally, like some serious punishment, they're not going to stop. They're only going to be further emboldened. So it kind of seems to me like this is a recipe for more circus-esque Bonnie Blue antics, because every time it creates press for her that I'm sure drives traffic to her content and gets her more paid subscribers. So this was a win for Bonnie Blue. A massive objective W for Bonnie. She went there, she became an international news story, got all this attention, and then ended up with just a slap on the wrist and getting sent out of the country. So what? Like, she can't go back for 10 years. She'll go prey on schoolies somewhere else. It seems like an unmitigated victory for her, which is not personally what I was rooting for, but that's just me. And there's actually another thing going on with Bonnie that I want to touch on since we're talking about her anyway. Today in headlines I never thought I would read. This is from The Standard in the UK. Reform UK welcomes backing from adult film star Bonnie Blue. So guys, the the most right-wing mainstream party in UK politics, Reform UK, I don't know a lot about it. Apparently she endorsed them and they were like, yeah, we'll take her support. More from the article here. Reform UK have welcomed the support of controversial adult film star Bonnie Blue after she came out in support of Nigel Farage. Blue, real name Tia Billinger, revealed last week that she was supporting Reform UK, blasting the current Labour government and praising Farage for his stance on immigration and inheritance tax. Speaking to The Spectator last week, Blue said the UK is very messed up and described the tax system as terrible. Blue said, "There are too many people here, we are too accommodating, and it is causing problems. I work for the NHS, and most people have no idea where the money goes. You shouldn't have to pay any inheritance tax, as you've already been taxed on that money. When my granddad died, it was particularly sad because he was too young for my grandma to receive his pension. That's disgusting. Reform has sensible positions on immigration and inheritance tax, so I stand with Nigel Farage." Speaking at a press conference, MP for East Wiltshire, Danny Kruger, said the party wants, quote, all the support we can get when asked about the porn star's endorsement. Guys, we now have porn stars endorsing far-right parties and then being like, yeah, we'll take it. I don't know. You'd think they would at least hit them with, listen, we want everybody's vote, but we don't support her activities. Or sure, well, she can vote for us if she's British. I don't even know if she is. But maybe stay away from our schoolies. You'd think you could get some kind of distancing yourself from her, but they're like, sure, we'll take it. I don't know. I mean, I agree with some of her points she made there. Sounds like she might be a little bit based when it comes to economics, but I still think she is very, very toxic and disgusting, but also entertaining. So thank you for that, Bonnie, I guess. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all of that.